So, because you're going to be effective as a communicator, there are some things that you might need to know, some business document that you must become familiar with. So as an effective communicator, there are some documents that you must become familiar with. As you master being an effective communicator, there are some basic documents that you must become familiar with. The email, memo, notices, agendas, minutes of meetings, and any other departmental documents that are unique to your department. The email. Now, the email actually is electronic mail, and you must know how to compose it. So, the moment you log on into your email, and of course, ensure that you have an email address that actually works. Usually, your company would assign one to you. And if you have not gotten one, ensure that your HR department make sure that the IT department gives you one. It is most important because this is the way in which upper management will more than likely have communication with you. So with the email, ensure that you always insert at the top to the person to whom it is intended for. Now, CC, should you see that, means copy. Now, this is any other person that should know about the information which you will be sending in the email. And then there is BC. Now, BCC means blind copy. Now, this is somebody else that you must send the message to that you don't want the other recipients to know that the message will be sent to. Now, ensure that in the subject area you write what the idea of the entire message is. In the subject line of the email, ensure that you write what the entire email would be about, just a summary. For example, if the email will be outlining an annual general meeting, ensure that the subject line is short and succinct, annual general meeting. By this, other recipients will know or have an idea of what the email is about. Ensure that if you have much information within the email, that you use bullet points. Persons will be better able to follow. Rather than having one block of very long, what seems to be rambling, or persons might lose interest while they read. Ensure to have paragraphs, bullets, numbers, and ensure as best as you possibly can. Add attachments just in case you believe the body of the email will not be able to take in all of the information that will be there. The memo or the memorandum. Now, this is one thing that is consistently used within any department, and you must know how to write it. Now, at the top, you'll see to. Now, to will speak to the recipient. Who is it intended for? Is it all staff members? Is it the administrative department? Is it only one specific team member? For example, memos are given to specific team members if they have not adhered or complied to certain policies within your department. To will come from you. Ensure that when you write your name, that you signature beside your name to ensure that the person knows that this was not some arbitrary memo that was written, but that it was actually approved and sent by you. Be sure to write your department just in case it has to be placed on the notice board. Then you have date. Most important. Always place the date in which the memo was written. And last, subject or re. This will outline what the entire body of the memo is about. Now, all companies have different procedures. For some companies, when one memo is sent out, all team members must signature the memo, showing that they have read and understood and will comply to the instructions given in the memo. Whatsoever your company's protocol is when it comes onto memo, ensure that you are aware of it. But ensure that your memo is so written well, perfectly presented, that your team members can understand. Another document that you will use as an effective communicator are minutes. Now, most companies usually have a standard outline of a minute. The role of a minute is merely to summarize what was said in the meeting prior. Now, usually this can be used as archive, or it can be used as evidence in further discussions of the department and also the organization. It is always important that minutes are well written and filed and kept confidentially when stored, that this can be used as future references for any happenings. The agenda is another document that you must be familiar with. It goes hand in hand with the minutes. They're like twins. Can't have one without the other. The function of the agenda actually is that it allows you to know the flow of the meeting. So nobody talks off or there are random ramblings or nobody knows what the topics would have been. It simply informs all the persons within the meeting what is about to come, that they can mentally prepare to ask questions or to bring some level of information that is required for the meeting. Now, another document that you must be familiar with as you become an effective communicator are reports. Boy, I hate them. Maybe you too. There's a weekly report, there's a monthly report, there's a yearly report. But remember we spoke about being a professional? A part of professionalism requires that you have to submit reports. And if you have to do them, you simply have to do them. So ensure that you know the proper format in which these information must be documented, that the reports can be done. Maybe your organization requires a certain software. So be sure that you are familiar with the software that these reports must be done and uploaded to if there's an intranet system. So this is the end of our video. I hope you enjoy. Do have yourself an amazing day. So see you at the flip side of being super. Bye.